Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, I wanted to do a quick video on the newest project, the Marx Santa Fe Doodlebug. As you see, this was the B unit that was so badly broken. And there was really nothing I could do with it. And it was just broken, period. And I repaired it, I epoxied it together, but I figured what the heck, I might as well try to do something with it. And so this was the result. So I took a hacksaw and literally chopped it off and then cut the end of it off and epoxied it back into position again. So it actually came out fairly well. Drilled a hole in the top to mount that motor that I put in the A unit. And this little Doodlebug is actually running really, really well, as you see. Pulling 12 Lionel cars. So it's cute. The best thing about it, of course, is the fact that it works and it's made entirely out of junk. So a fun project. Like I said, I just chopped it off with a hacksaw, then cut the end of it off and epoxied the end of it back into the end that I cut off with a hacksaw. Drilled a hole in the top and mounted that motor that I'd actually put in the A unit. So anyway, it's an interesting anomaly. That's about the only thing you can call this. So I just wanted to do a quick video on it. And it works, it runs, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's kind of cute in a really prototypical kind of way. Best part, of course, is the fact that it's running. And as you see, it's actually running really, really well. So, like I said, it is, for all intent and purpose, a Doodlebug. But it was a fun project. It only took a couple of minutes to do this, actually. The hard part was lining everything up to put that rear panel in where I cut it off. That took some modification. But it's epoxied. I clamped it in the vise. And it doesn't look bad, considering it is just made out of junk. So it's now a Santa. Whether that's indicative of anything, I have no idea. Now, I'll just put a light in this, and this will actually be a fairly decent looking little Doodlebug locomotive. So, made entirely out of junk. And as I always stress, don't overlook the junk. You know, this thing was busted when it got here. And I got a full refund on it, so I figured I'd try to do something with it. I epoxied it all back together. But it was really, really badly damaged to begin with. So I figured, why not try to turn it into something that would be fun? And this was the result. So it works, it runs good, it looks nice, that being a relative term. It's definitely cute, there's no doubt about that. So it was a fun project. It's pouring rain here tonight, big thunderstorm. So it gave me something to do, and like I said, it took, I don't know, probably an hour or so to do the body work. The rest of it was basically just piecing things together and getting things spaced out and getting everything mounted. Mounts with that single screw. Now this doesn't pivot anymore because it doesn't have to, so I'll just turn that down good and tight, and I'll chop that off and put something on there to make it look nice. Don't know what yet, but I just got this finished, so I thought I would do a quick video on it. It's interesting, if nothing else. As you see, it gives it a fairly decent finished effect. It says Santa, so maybe I'll use it for Christmas. I have no idea. Anyway, the best thing is the fact that it's running. It was a lot of fun. It's really cute, definitely unique, and I bet I have the only one of them. But as you see, it works. So the only thing left to do is now trim off that bolt on the top, find something that I can put up there that'll look nice. It's a neat little locomotive. What I'm going to do with it, I have no idea. But it was a fun project. It looks cool. And best part, of course, is it didn't cost anything, and it was fun to make it. So one of a kind, there's no doubt about that. So the Marx Santa Fe 1095 Doodlebug. And as you see, it actually doesn't look too bad. It has a finished effect. Once I hide that bolt on the top, it'll actually look pretty decent. Put a headlight in it. I'm not going to worry about the windscreen or the divider for that matter. Now that it's been modified, who really cares? But it was a fun project, and best of all, of course, is it runs. And like I said, I am betting I have the only one of them in the world. But it works. It's actually very reminiscent of a rail speeder. But it's able to pull a considerable consist, as you see. 12 Lionel cars with no problem at all. So a lot of power in that little tiny locomotive. A lot of fun. And like I said, it's a great way to make use of some really nasty old junk. You know, I epoxied this back together and I wasn't happy with it. There was really nothing I could do and it was never going to look any better. So I figured since it was already damaged and it didn't cost me anything, why not do an experiment? And this was the result. So a Doodlebug made completely out of junk parts. So like I said, I'll put the lens back in it, mount a headlight in it, and it'll be a neat little addition to the collection. And it doesn't look too bad. At least it looks finished. Maybe I'll put a new logo of some kind on it. No idea if I'm going to put any more work into this. But it works. That's the neat thing about it. It's one of a kind. It's unique. Best of all is it's running and it's pulling 12 Lionel cars with no problem at all. So anyway, I just want to do a follow-up video. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. It was a lot of fun. It's a neat little locomotive. A fun project. Great way to spend a couple hours. Like I said, most of it was just planning things out, lining things up. I had to do a lot of grinding on the that rear panel to make it fit inside that locomotive. I epoxied it and then clamped it in the vise. And not going to put a whole lot more work into this. I will put the lens in it. I will install a headlight and find some way to clean this up so it doesn't look so prototypical, like I said. But in any case, it's up and running and makes a great little Doodlebug locomotive. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.